My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to the Bazaar. Time to go in for the free ranked run of the day, and this is Host Patch. This is after the giant patch on the 22nd of January. Specifically the one that has taken the nerf bat to, I would say, a lot of sources of infinite scaling in this game. Infinite scaling. A lot of sources of infinite triggers in this game, as well as reverting a couple of the original changes. Like duct tape is no longer an item that is charged by adjacent item usage. It's back to just giving shield off of adjacent items. Which does make it a very powerful item, admittedly. Holiday every 6 seconds, deal 8 damage, multicast 2. There's Jewelry. Every 3 seconds, shield equal to double this item's value. Laser security system. Every 8 seconds, deal 10 damage when you use a property. This gains 20 damage for the fight. And then finally, weights. Every 5 seconds, your weapons gain 10 damage and your healing items gain 10 heal for the fight. I really do like weights. I like it a lot. Very, very easy with Mittel or Isla early to just find a weapon that scales with this so well that you don't really have to pick a weapon in the opening here. I could just take the weights. Alright, I'm taking Holiday. I know I could have taken the weights, but what about Holiday instead? We're going on a Holiday. Strange Mushroom, I'll hit up this. I think I'm probably best served right now going for the experience, because I'll go for 2 sources of experience before we get to our first day, so that I can try and level up. Let's head to the Kyber drone. I'm much more confident in fielding a single item against the drone now that I have some confirmation thanks to a calculation in the comments section down below by Yaya, thank you very kindly, showing that now that the Kyber drone has 150 health, there's no way it can even... there's no way it can ever take care of me. Just a hero. A 250 health hero. And of course, Pygmalion has 300, so is even safer.
Believe you'll win, and you'll win, but not against me.
Lanshan. I mean, I will try and get rid of that as quickly as possible. We're going Lost Crate over Curio there, and now this final shop is where I pick up all of my items to go on board. Isla sells weapons, or Middle sells medium items. I'm gonna go to Isla who sells weapons, specifically because I can get medium items here, like Autobattler. Items cooldown is reduced by 1% for every 2 damage it does. I don't really want Autobattler yet. I say while I buy it. I'll buy Jabalian Longbow though.
Make me proud.
And Spiky Shield or Lumbors. Let's go Lumbors.
Nufo teaches stillness. I prefer action.
We move 1 more space and get another level up. Or, sorry, another level up. We move 1 more space and get a level up. I could give 20 extra damage to the Autobattler. Or I could just give 20 extra damage to Holiday. Let's do that. We picked up a Jabalian Longbow. Every 8 seconds, deal 30 damage with a multicast of 2. Has +1 multicast if you have more health than your enemy. And Lumbors. Every 8 seconds, deal 5 damage. Your weapons have 2 additional damage for the fight. And it has multicast 2. This is very, very low scaling. I'm not intending to keep that for long, but now that I have a lot of weapons on the field that all have multicast, I can suddenly start benefiting from a lot more things. The Jabalian Longbow at silver quality doubles its damage from 30 to 60.
But I've seen my share of storms.
And that has multi-strike as well, so it's even more damage than it's actually represented. They've got a honing steel to sharpen up their cutlass, and they've got Pearl. Pearl was nerfed. Pearl, I think, lowers its cooldown now as it levels up. I might be wrong about that, but it never gets more than 1 charge or 1 second worth of charge from
Defeat does
a
not
aquatic
defeat
item
me.
usage. Which makes sense. So I'm going to be tending to early weapons here to try and take us through a couple of fights. Curio. Realistically, the real reason to go to Curio is the possibility of finding a Shadowed Cloak right there. Because if I did find it, it's incredible. If I don't find it, what an awful mistake I made going there in the first place. So for that reason, I'm going to go get a skill from the Strange Mushroom. Healing items have 5% additional crit chance. Not exactly what I wanted. But the Jungle Ruins gives us a great opportunity to get 2 income early as Pygmalion. Yeah, here's a difficulty. So Rogue Scrapper obviously has more experience tied behind it, but the Covetous Thief has the Shadowed Cloak as well as Grindstone. 2 very good items to just put next to a multi-attacking weapon. Those would kind of, like, decide our early game, were we able to get one or the other. Also, there's just Concealed Dagger, another weapon that I would happily field.
Watch the skies. Watch your back.
If I can guarantee that I have more health than my enemy, the Jabalian Longbow is better for taking right-handed's additional damage, but without that guarantee, Harlody is better. So I'll leave it on Harlody. Take a Sharpening Stone. Mountain Pass to take another fight, admittedly, would be good. Atlatl gets down to 8 seconds. I could get it down to 7.5 with the Sharpening Stone, but that's still not fast enough for it to really make the difference. You want to get sub 4 on the Atlatl for it to really be impactful. I want to see if I can bait a fight here. We can indeed. Frost Street Challenger.
It's your fault.
How do I think I do against you? They've got a reasonable amount of HP. Thankfully, I have pretty good damage on field. Frost Street Challenger is the medium tier enemy from the next day, as in tomorrow. So I would not at all be surprised to lose. Oh. Oh my god, we just got there.
Bazaar, bad place.
And we get the Icicle as our reward at the start of each fight. Freeze an item for 3 seconds. 10% max health, bronze tier loot item. I'm going to take a bronze tier item, just to try and get another one on the field. Briefcase. When you sell this, get 2 spare change. Fine, I'll be selling that at some point. Keenly sells non-weapon items. As much as I would like some additional scaling, I don't think that really does anything for me right now. Like, it'd be Grindstone and then trying to buff the Atlatl, but then I have to take damage up board to do that. Realistically, I think what I need to do right now is continue getting my levels. Oh dear. Fighting a legendary enemy here. I don't think I sell the Sharpening Stone just yet. Hopefully it won't make a difference in this combat, but I don't know if I'm even going to keep the Atlatl long term. So giving it the 5 additional damage seems preemptive. Oh dear. That's going to be a lot of shielding they can generate with the turtle shell already on board. At bronze tier, your weapons gain 10 additional shield. Sorry, your shield items gain 10 additional shield for the fight. They've got a coral armor as well as barrel all on board as well to benefit from it. Yeah, unfortunately, the Lumbors is not enough good damage scaling to get past Barrel, Turtle Shell, and Aquatic Armor, but also, like, what is? Seaweed even healing them under that. Good lord. For those of you who were wondering if Barrel got nerfed, no. Or if it did, it's kind of imperceptible. What is the nerf, actually? I think they did change something about it. Yeah, it shields 10 by default at all levels now, rather than scaling its base shield as well as its scaling. I'm honestly surprised about that, but it's okay. This isn't a particularly strong weapons build. So any reasonable amount of shielding was always going to be a problem for us there. Sylvia sells silver tier items. I need to look at those. Rewards card, absolutely. Beehive. When your enemy uses a weapon, charge your busy bees 2 seconds. When you buy a property, get a busy bee and give your busy bees 5 additional damage. There's no chance we can run Beehive busy bee, right? There are enemies that don't use weapons. So how would you busy bees them? This is the earliest. This isn't the earliest, but this is very early to be able to pick up that and then possibly hogwash. Cost me 20 to get. I could sell the briefcase in order to get it. Yeah, you know what? Why not? When my enemy uses a weapon, I'll charge my busy bees 2 seconds. And when I buy a property, I'll get a busy bee and I'll give my busy bees additional damage. I'm probably just going to be selling all the properties I accumulate here. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff I can sell here. I'll go to JJ.
I'm a people person, and sometimes I sell stuff.
Marbles, which I don't believe increases the amount it charges as it level ups anymore. Yo-Yo was unchanged, which makes sense because that's fully the identity of Yo-Yo. I'm going to sell Hogwash and gain the Globe for 100 max HP at the start of each day because that's sick as hell. And move onwards. We get a level up, upgrade a bronze tier item. That's a lot of extra damage out of the Jabalian longbow, admittedly. The upgrade is now an individual screen as well, so it's not just upgrade your leftmost item. You visit a screen and then you can drag it over to Forger, who will happily upgrade it for you. Scout Trooper, they're going to be using weapons a lot. That'll give me a very easy win with my busy bees. Get him with the bees! Let's have a look at the comparison between the bee damage and the Jabalian longbow damage as well. Because, like, the bees don't look... Never mind, I didn't click the button to look at it. Because the bees don't look like they're doing a lot, but they could be. Prospero, you sell economic items, and there are many economic items I want. I was about to say. Oh, wow. The rewards card specifically wasn't next to something. That was bad. I was about to say, ATM, an incredible pickup, and Fixer Upper, another. I mean, that's some good busy bees on damage, on board rather. I need to get them more damage by upgrading the Beehive, so that when I buy properties, I give even more damage to my busy bees. Ooh, Economic Seminar. That is also a really good way to gain some... Do I get rid of the rewards card? I guess. To gain some of the properties. Yeah, there's one of them. Money tree. When you level up, get a spare change. When you sell a spare change, this gains 10 heal. I'm going to get rid of a throttle now. I don't think that makes any sense on our board. I'm going to give my sharpening stone to my best and busiest bee. We get the money tree, and that'll give me the ability to... You know what? Am I selling Jabalian Longbow already? No, it's probably Holiday at this point, actually. I guess I don't need to field money tree at any point, so I can sell that now, then pick up the safe. And no need to sell the safe before the end of the day, no benefit to it. This person is called lighter, but are they equipped with it? Do you have the matchbox? Not the lighter, not the actual lighter, the matchbox, rather. Okie dokie, you've got Fiery Cutlass, you've got Jabalian Longbow and Flail. You are in the Crook waiting room. Crook was nerfed this patch, but despite that nerf, it's still good. Thankfully, my enemy having a weapons build makes them very, very vulnerable to the bees. Thank you for the extra 100 max HP, Globe. Finn's Big Bite, Barkun. Barkun. I can buy and sell a bunch of properties there as well as sell my safe.
Welcome to my
Because each of the spare change will sell for an extra there. Beast of Burden, Textiles, and Silk. I'll pass those, thank you. I'm very much looking for properties here. Thank you kindly for offering us an ATM, which does count as a property. Because it is. I'm keeping Fixer Upper because it's increasing its value constantly here. Spiky Shield. I mean, I'd love a way to actually utilize the Spiky Shield. I just can't do it at this point. And weights. Your weapons gain 5 additional. No, thank you. Argenta. Silver tier skills. All right, now I'm looking for some scaling. When your enemy has more health than you, heal items have their cooldown reduced. Bold under pressure, haste 2 items when you get below half health first time each fight. When you crit, your shield items gain 5 shield for the fight. None of those are at all the kind of thing we're looking for. Large appetites, if you have 4 or fewer items, you have 500 additional max health. There's also reinforced steel. When you use a property, your weapons gain 5 damage and your shield items gain 5 shield for the fight. And then finally, specialist. If you have exactly 1 weapon, your shield items have +5 shield. I'm going to take reinforced steel because it could theoretically work into a later game pivot. Admittedly, I am trying my darndest not to have to pivot. They give us a hatchet. I can sell that back. They give us shipment. I can sell that back as well. Neither of them are properties, so I don't have to worry about doing anything else first. Monocle Clamra. Neither of those is going to be relevant. Trained Spider, however, when you sell this, your leftmost poison item gains 4 additional poison. Theoretically could end up being relevant, so I'll hold on to that. Hydro Dude. I'm pretty sure that you'll attack commonly enough to allow me to absolutely eviscerate you. Yeah, because the electric eels charges 1 second whenever I use an item. And whenever it goes off, it charges all of my busy bees by 2 seconds. Nice. Let's take Shaman Piranha, sell them both off in a second. Kina sells non-weapon items. Those could be properties very easily. Eating contest for HP. No, I've got to keep trying to scale these if I want to keep them on board for any longer. Bushel, when you shield, charges 1 second. That is now constant. It just increases the amount it heals by. It will always charge 1 second. That's a real shame. Absolutely no properties on offer.
You're listening to your needs. That's good, I guess.
Let's grab a silver tier item. And it's not even a property? What are you doing to me, game? JJ sells items, but I'm going to go to a mountain pass and try and fight someone so I can steal their property. Never mind, I'm getting a bushel from a chest. Too bad it's me, says Vanessa.
My dreams are too big for you to
Do I have even worse news for you? Are you a weapon build? You seem to be, with a lot of your upgrades here, including Tempering and Deadly Eye. That's a lot of weapons on board, friend. Get him! So, here's my grand theory of things, right? The patch got released, a lot of infinites got made less powerful. I think a lot of people are going to be queuing up using weapon builds because they're trying to prey on people who are trying to build infinites in the new, less powerful meta for them. And I'm here to prey on those weapon builds with my busy bees. Savvy? I'm reasonably comfortable getting rid of Bushel right now. The only thing is if I found duct tape. Duct tape is very difficult to find. And I'll find a Bushel after it if I need it. And he sells small items. Those are probably the least interesting to me, considering there are no small properties in the game. Prospero, your economic items, however.
Gleam in your eye. I can work with that.
Gumball is now a toy type. Not something we can take, though. Good lord, buddy. Golden Crystal Bonsai. I could try and field that in a successful fight, then sell it afterwards, but I'd be buying it for a lot. Hatchet and briefcase. This is not...
I will say, one doesn't find many cautious folk in the Tower District.
That is not the kind of shop I was looking for. Mod Squad, you use some weapons. Printing Duelist, you use a lot of them. Is there anything surprisingly good in Printing Duelist's kit for us? Powder Flask, throwing knives, pistol, sword, no. Flame Juggler just probably kills us. We don't actually have any way to defend against them. Mod Squad only has 2 attackers on the field. The thing is, Mod Squad also has a skill that would be wild for us. Beautiful Friendship. Whenever you use a friend, your weapons gain 3 damage for the fight.
Entrepreneurs don't take lunch breaks. Where's your hustle?
I think having the Fixer-Upper on board for scaling all of my bees damage by 5 as well as shielding me, specifically because Bomb Squad and Charcoal are both in the Mod Squad fight, so having shield will help me halve the damage from the burn. I think this is better. I think I can field my highest damage busy bees though. So yeah, we fire in effectively barrages here. Their damage is scaling pretty significantly at this point, especially with the burn, and we got him. Okay. Yeah, I truly believe that did require the pivot there. Crypto! I don't know if the bug with this was fixed, actually, so I don't know if you can sell it for as insane a value as it used to be. It used to be bugged that this was between 0 and 25. Upgraded silver or lower tier item. You know what? Let's go with Beehive. Let's do it. Let's do it. Now to be giving 10 damage to my properties every time I upgrade. Sylvia, silver tier items. That's property central right there. I'm gonna get rid of the Jabalian longbow and the. Don't need to get rid of anything else. No, I do need to get rid of one more thing for the next busy bee to spawn. It'll be gunpowder in this instance. So Landscraper's change. Landscraper. Now, as it upgrades, it will lose a second from its cooldown with each upgrade. So by Diamond tier, this has a 7-second cooldown. And at a 7-second cooldown, its shields equal to the item's value. When you use another item, this gains shield equal to the level of that item for the rest of the fight. At the start of each hour, this gains 1 value. So this will still activate very slowly, or rather now this will activate very slowly, but for a significantly higher amount of shield. That's actually also really interesting because it gives you much more of early game control over increasing the shield amount on a single item. So Crusher Claw, maybe back in style. Will you be buying it for the 10 damage it gives all of our busy bees? Ooh, 2 more properties. The balcony and the vending machine. Yes, please. With Reinforced Steel, I do want properties that use themselves faster, so Fixer-Upper is still better for me than Landscraper. So I can definitely sell the Landscraper. I'm going to sell off the Train Spider, and we'll buy vending machine. I can't really afford to keep these, right? No, I'm going to sell my 3 lowest bees here just to make some more space. And then take a balcony for an additional 10 to everything, as well as a new bee. Aerodrome lets us travel almost anywhere. Middle sells medium items. That could be another Beehive. Diamond tier? Sorry, diamond tier, gold tier? Yeah, there's only a 5% chance of finding a gold tier item in that store on day 5, so I'll be going to the aerodrome to see if I can find any location that can sell me. All right, JJ, you sell items in general. That could include a property.
Place, right?
Cash register's a tool. Deeds. When you sell a large item, this gains 2 sell value. Your items have double value in combat. Admittedly, if I have the space to hold it in hand, and I intend to go for a bunch of properties, that would make sense. Anyhow. I'm not going to be getting that.
Buy, as long as we get to hang out.
I don't need additional problems, additional difficulty managing my hand, thank you. I'm going to get rid of this property so that the vending machine has full space to spawn its items.
My people would live in peace. Boring!
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
Flashed it with a silencer and a fair good bit of damage on it. Annoyingly, it's going to cause my bees to fire at the same time as the enemy is life-stealing off of me, so they will heal back up from all of the damage my bees do.
My ship red, but I don't lose.
Rude. Crypto sells for 21 at the moment. I'm not going to hold off. I'll sell that now. Fixer Upper upgrades itself at the start of today. Now it's shielding able to quadruple its item value. Paul sells large items, and admittedly, that is where I find the highest density of properties.
Music. Buy, sell, fight.
For instance, property number 1, the lemon stand. When you sell a small item, gain 10 health.
Money. What should I do with it?
I'm going to sell Icicle as well. Invigorating Cold was changed. It no longer hastes all of your items. It just hastes some of them, which makes it significantly less powerful for us. 2 more properties. I want to have space to keep Lemonade Stand so that I can get more max HP. But am I going to sell more than 10 small items a day, which is what Globe is giving me? The answer is no. Pawn shop. When you sell an item, this gains 1 additional value. You have increased max health equal to 100 times. Sorry, 10 times rather than item's value.
Whatever that is for, I hope it pleases you.
Being able to keep and just keep investing in this does seem good, though. Let me get rid of the vending machine for it.
I would give it for free, but Tiny Andy says that's wrong.
I'll take the money tree and move 1 space onwards. When I level up, the money tree is going to spawn a spare change, so I'll be keeping the money tree for that. Hit up this mountain pass, see if I can get another fight. I can. It's against the thug. The thug does use weapons. The thug also does a lot of damage, though. So we'll see. Also, unfortunately, the Thieves Guild and Genie's Lamp, the Thieves Guild Medallion and the Genie's Lamp have both been removed from the game at the moment because they were related to some bugs, but unfortunately, it does mean the value of fighting Thug has gone significantly down.
Hey, I was just joking.
Toxic Brass Knuckles. Every 8 seconds, deal 20 damage and 4 poison. Rukon teaches weapon skills. Olin teaches gold skills.
I do not teach. I help you discover for yourself.
Lethargy. All items have a cooldown increase of 30%. There's also Shield Bash. The first 4 times your enemy uses a non-weapon each fight, charge a weapon 1 second. Admittedly, nice in some builds. Not the one I'm playing, but I'm certain in some. That's the new Shield Bash, of course. They changed it so that it's no longer as dramatic as it previously was. That said, if I took this, it would set me up for the possibility of pivoting into something later, which, that's a bit more appealing. Alright, I'll take it for that reason.
Such talent once before, and it bloomed into Adira.
Loan Shark, Foreman, and Diringlet. Loan Shark does have an ATM, a property I could use. Foreman has a crane, if I really wanted to get nutty with it. Dire Inglet is probably the least impactful here, with the best item probably being aggressive its skill, when you use a weapon, give it 4% crit chance for the fight. Minimal in damage. Foreman giving us Crane. When you use an adjacent large item, this gains 30% damage for the fight. So Fixer Upper would be able to give it a lot of charges very quickly. Right-handed, it would have 20 additional damage to start with. It'd be able to scale not only off of Reinforced Steel, but also off of Shield Bash. I actually think that if they give us the Crane, we are perfectly set up to pivot into Crane. Actually perfectly. The main problem with this fight, admittedly, is that the enemy's not going to be attacking much. And when they do, they're going to attack for a lot of damage. So I'm probably going to have a hard time beating the Foreman before the Crane kills me. I gotta try it. So we can survive the initial hit of the Crane and the forklift. Never mind. Okay, so we do get them in that same period of time. That's great. Give me the Crane. Chris Army Knife every 5 seconds. Deal 10 damage and shield 10. It's a friend, a weapon, and a tool. Bakun, you buy small items at +1 value. Guess what I have for you, friend?
Small items, small people. I love them all.
Small items, actually, out of those two. I'm going to sell you the Chris Army Knife and the Money Tree, and then buy your Vineyard. It's the exact same as Landscraper, but the healing version. When you use another item, it gains heal equal to the item value. And then eventually will heal us. There's the crook. Long time since I've been in a crook build, though, so I'm going to re-roll. Beehive upgrade. Hello? What? A 10% chance to find that today? Yeah, 10% chance to find gold items today.
Where's Midsworth? Oh, did he see me close a deal?
I mean, if there's ever a reason to fully commit to it, it would be because I'm getting the diamond version of it so early. So now when I buy a property, it gives me a Busy Bee, which it already did, and it gives all of my Busy Bees an additional 15 damage. Also, now that I'm later game, it's much easier for me to buy properties. I can afford them much more easily.
This is a gift at any price.
Biggs Gym. When you buy a weapon, this gains 1 value and you gain 20 max health. I'm gonna just buy some max health by buying the Spiky Shield and selling it here.
Mister. Anyway, thanks.
Midsworth will buy medium items at +2 value. I literally just sold one outside of your store. That'll feel for a small weapon or artisan dunes. I'm gonna go have a look at Midsworth. Yeah, there's Hogwash.
Back to business.
I'll buy and sell the laser security system as well.
I mean, help you.
Before grabbing this Hogwash.
Tell this to my boys.
And I'll grab and hold on to the piggy bank as well, just for a little bit of money manip. That'll give me a lot of money when I sell it. Not only because it's silver tier, so it does give us an additional $1 every time we end up investing in it, because it gives us silver dollars out of the other end, and the piggy bank is gaining the value as well. So we invest 2 gold, and we get 3 gold worth of value at the end. We do that each hour. But it also is a bunch of items that I get to sell, which is increased value for the pawn shop. So very, very good little money manip here. Oh boy. Alright, Visor Guy.
Are you sure?
I'm admittedly kind of scared because there are a lot of burn dually builds that don't use a weapon at all. Okay, never mind. They're using weapons, they've got missiles on board, and they've got their ballista there too. Companion Core was nerfed. It now only hastes adjacent items 3 seconds. But interestingly, it hastes adjacent items 3 seconds, not adjacent friends. So now the Companion Core can be used in more situations, I imagine, as a result of that. More versatility in that item. I could gain 4 income, so I'm going to sell the pawn shop so that I have above 25 gold, so I can gain that 4 income from capital gains. Especially because I immediately get the 4 income from that. Andy sells small items. Let's use the aerodrome to travel to someone else. Andy, did you just hear me? I'm gonna sell seal and regeneration items. I'm looking for someone who is much more likely to be selling me properties. Keen sells non-weapon items. I'll roll again, and Paul sells large items.
It's just straight boulders. This is more fun.
That's our hit. Oh, another pawn shop. I take it.
Comes goods, then returns to gold, like clouds to the sea.
There's also a billboard. At the start of each day, your items gain 1 in value.
Coins are like dust in my palm, but thank you.
Sell the busy bee, and then the busy billboard, and then I will buy land scraper,
What should I do with it?
and then sell land scraper, and then I will buy the money tree.
Or I hope it pleases you.
Sell the busy bee from the money tree. The pawn shop has gained additional value over that time, so now the pawn shop is selling for the same value I bought it for. Very easy there, and all the while our busy bees have been getting a lot of damage. I don't think I should be running more than 5 busy bees at a time. I think having something else on board, the fixer-upper's damage scaling from reinforced steel, admittedly right now, is not it. But, like, max HP from pawn shop? Maybe. I'm gonna hit up Prospero for economic items for the same reason I mentioned before.
A man who understands business.
Deed. When you sell a large item, this gains 2 value. I could sell the piggy bank and get 6 gold out of it, and that's not enough to be able to buy the deed? Dang. Pygmalion's dagger deals damage equal to the item's value. That'd be a really good item to pick up at this point.
I bid you farewell.
And then I'll sell the piggy bank and both of the spare change in order to also pick up the business card.
That same investment once. I'd say the results are evident. You?
The business card is so that I can go to Bazaar con events and get the full 3 experience from them. Treasure Turtle no longer has the... I mean, Thug still has Bonk, so it is still a pretty good fight. But Treasure Turtle no longer has access to... what was it called? The Genie's Lamp. Which was a lot of their value, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, okay?
Toxic Concealed Dagger is just going to be money for us. Kina sells non-weapon items, which could be some properties.
War.
Globe and Piggy Bank both there.
I can feel our energies.
I'll take the Globe and the Piggy Bank. I'm not bold enough to roll hoping that I find something that I can afford to pick up, though. 180 max HP or a rare event that I might not be able to utilize. I'm gonna go to the rare event. Ooh!
All of us have made this choice. Will you?
I'd only have to give up 257 max HP for 25 regeneration. Yeah. This is a great time to do that. I'm gonna level up after this fight, which will give us our first enchant. I realistically think that, like, whatever takes the enchant the best out of my items is probably what's going to be the other item fielded alongside all my bees. They're scaling their shielding very well, but thankfully, they attacked just fast enough for my bees to finish them off. So, which of our items will take Guardian's Gorge, Sirocco Step, or Languid Dunes best? First off, the Beehive can only be enchanted with Golden. Can't do it to them. The bees themselves, like, they'll haste a single item for a single second, they'll slow a single item, so that's not the item. Fixer Upper would haste 3 items for 1 second with Turbo. The Pygmalion's Dagger would haste 2 items for 1 second. And admittedly would be a huge amount of damage eventually. Pygmalion's Dagger also would shield equal to the item's damage. Which, like, that'll be impactful eventually. Especially if I'm encouraged to just keep buying and selling things. But I don't think that ever stays on board. There's Globe at the start of the fight. Haste 3 items. I could try and get Fixer Upper to slow things. I mean, I could double the shielding that Fixer Upper gives us. Which admittedly would probably win us a couple more days right now, but then I don't think I win more days after that. But also, I don't think any of these enchants get me to win more days after that anyway, so I think it is probably the right play. So, because it got enchanted, it got double its value. So, it immediately got double value, and then also, it doubled its shield. But its shield is based on its value, so it quadrupled its shield instead. I wasn't thinking about that, but yes, now it is 384 shield. That's a lot. Gives armory, health toughness, and shield items. There are a lot of those that are related to things I care about. Although, I can't really afford to buy and sell Pig's Gym. Bit expensive for me. Space Scraper. Shield equal to 2 times the value of your items. This has triple value in combat. I did want to set myself up for the ability to pivot into the property builds, like the late game property builds, Skyscraper, the other one that we just saw. But I'm worried that's not at all going to be anywhere near as powerful as what I'm already doing.
People first, profit 10.
Close sign, regeneration equal to the adjacent value properties. Gumball machine, apropos chapeau, which is now fixed. It's no longer... Wait, hang on. It sells for 2. Okay, it's still bugged. It should be selling for 4. But they fixed its cost at least. Now it only costs 8 to buy rather than 16 to buy at Silver Tier. Dr. Vortex. You do have a property you could drop, right? You do indeed. Cosmic Rock, you have cooldown reduction we could get for our board, which is admittedly sick as hell. 6% cooldown reduction is nice. But Dr. Vortex is offering me the ability to level up before the next combat, as well as a property in the weather machine every 6 seconds. Burn 4, freeze an item for 1 second, and slow an item for 2. Also, we can talk about the new item type here, tech. A lot of things that were previously tool types have been changed to tech types, especially dually items. Oh, Cog, I would have thought that would have gotten a tech type. Neophiliac, the first time you freeze, burn, slow, poison, and haste each fight, charge an item in 2 seconds. I am now slightly interested in effects that give me freeze, burn, poison, slow, or haste. Honestly, scrap salvage is probably more impactful than going to Quixel right now. I don't have much money for her, and the shielded fixer-upper gets a lot of shielding out of it. Rukon teaches weapon skills, Fortis teaches shield skills. What I want are weapon and shield skills, things that are related to both, ideally. I think the easiest way for me to find ones that are useful for me right now is probably in Rukon.
Wormcats fight without weapons, but you will need them.
If you have exactly one weapon, it has lifesteal and 5% crit chance. Okay, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't showing all of my bees to be like, you have exactly one weapon, it's called bees. No, that is not the case. Brawler would be 500 max HP for us, an extra 100 max HP for each weapon. Improvised weaponry, when you crit, your weapons gain 5 damage to the fight. Admittedly, not awful. I just also have no crit chance, so when is it going to trigger? That's kind of what I expected. Defensive stance. When you use a weapon, your shield items gain 3 shield for the fight. And that's pretty ideal.
Ancient Wormcat.
It's 6 shield because they're shielded up. Oh, Pearl's dig site. Dig for a free item. It can be anything, but you can only keep 1. I will happily sell things to be able to look in here more. Energy potion. Haste your items for 2 seconds. Admittedly, if I could actually use this, like if I find a way to reload it, or I find... Honestly, this doesn't even need that many reloads. I think I'd take energy potion immediately and just be like, thank you, as soon as I find no, Curio can't give me gunpowder. Gunpowder's pretty hard to get right now. I did sell one earlier. Now I feel really silly about that, but... No, I'm gonna dig deeper. I don't think I can find the gunpowder very easily for the energy potion to continue scaling. Big Billy Dozer. When you use another friend, this gains 20 damage for the fight. And your other friend's cooldowns reduced by 20%. Ooh, Shiny Kukri has multicast. Let's sell the scrap. And we're selling Piggy Bank at a loss right now, unfortunately. I'll be looking deeper than that. Taurus Chariot, unfortunately a vehicle, rather than a property. When you sell this, your items gain 3 value. That's 24 additional shield for the shielded fixer-upper, funnily enough. Belt, 75% max HP. There's also propane tank. Haste your vehicles 3 seconds. If you have a vehicle at the start of the fight, use this. Fiery succulents, no thank you. Trebuchet, when you use another weapon or haste, charge this 2 seconds. That's kind of funny. I can't field it, though. DJ Robot hastes your friends 3 seconds. When you buy this, you get 3 nanobots. Nessus Amulet, 3% crit chance. Am I going to sell the dagger? Yes. Obsidian briefcase. Junkyard Club. 6 damage for all of my items. There's also Crow's Nest. That is a property. Do I legitimately stop just because I found a property? The answer is no, I rolled again. Astrolabe, in its severely nerfed version now, every 6 seconds hastes a non-weapon item for 2 seconds. When you use another non-weapon item, charge this 1 second. Satchel reloads a potion. Nitrogen hammers here as well. I will sell the business card. I'm getting pretty desperate here. Shark Ray is off of hastes. Makeshift barricade and jellyfish. Real letdowns there, unfortunately. Alright. I'll be taking close sign. I was very, very keen to dig as deep as I needed to get a good item there, and close sign is not it. Good harsh dog.
Not like other Jabarians.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Yeah. We were always going to have difficulty when we ran into an enemy who didn't use weapons. Thankfully, a lot of their damage is burned, and I'm withstanding a lot of that with the shield fixer-upper.
Is a sword.
We weren't too far from being able to win that fight. If they had a single weapon on board, I definitely would have won it. This time, I'm going to get 3 spare change. And then head to JJ.
Friend, I mean, a customer.
I need cheap resolutions of things, please. Oh my god. Vending machine. At the start of each day, get 3 chocolate bars or spare changes. Unfortunately, I wouldn't even be able to afford it. Space Scraper has triple value in combat. It shields equal to 2 times the value of your items. And I can't afford that one either.
Maybe I'm not cut out.
I need to make a lot more money. Death Knight Reaper, you use weapons. I'm not going to say he uses them incredibly commonly, but he does uses them. And that'll make my job significantly easier. Uh-oh. I thought it was going to make my job easier, but if my enemy lifesteals, it actually makes it a lot harder. Oh dear. Well, Hyla sells weapons. There's a sharpening stone. I'm gonna go for that because the weapons can't really do good right now. Flex sells max health items, but I'm gonna go to Nufu. I'm still looking for additional scaling skills. If you have at least 7 items in play, your weapons deal 20 additional damage. I have 7 items in play, I can tell you that much. When you sell a medium or large item, get a chocolate bar from Chocoholic. I do intend to buy and sell a lot of medium and large items. But upgrading defensive stance for additional shielding out of the fixer-upper. I want a shielding option that I can put on fields. And it doesn't have to be shielded fixer-upper, but something that can benefit from the adjacent item usages. Obviously, model ship comes to mind immediately for us. 2 gold and a gold tier loot item. Gold tier loot item is 2 gold. Sorry, 2 gold and 2 experience in the Vial of Blood. Definitely one of the better outcomes there. Kotgrotten.
You do see these tusks, right?
Oh my god, that's a lot of slow triggers on their board. A heavy core, heavy rocket launcher, heavy combat core. And all of those are speeding up the Obsidian Power Drill, which is charging 2 seconds every time they slow. They've also got Amber over there. Anyway, they did die because they attacked me with too many weapons, so the Busy Bees got mad and stung them to death. Get 'em, bees! I mean, you got heal and regeneration items.
Just to come see me, are you?
There are some properties in this pool. There's a fair few properties in this pool, in fact. These aren't they. Hammock, every 12 seconds, heal 100. It has 5 seconds lower cooldown for every adjacent large item. Not the kind of gambit we're playing. I would love to get to Data 7. There's not many properties that are also weapons. There's exactly one that I can think of. And it's diamond tier, so I don't really want to go for that. I'm going to head to Jules Cafe and take an extra 5,000 HP for the rest of the day. Property Baron. I see. I mean, most likely one to give me a property as a reward. Unfortunately, you also don't attack that much, which I should have thought about. Because your whole not attacking me that much situation is going to make it real hard for me to kill you. There you go. They only have a 25% crit chance on Skyscraper, but 2 crits at the same time, a 12.5, no, not 12.5, a 6.25% chance, double crit in a row there. That's gonna be pretty bad. Good lord. Paul, sell me some properties. My guys aren't strong, and they need to be strong.
I would give it for free, but Tiny Anthony says that's wrong. Gold becomes goods, then returns to gold.
There we go, 3 properties. All in teaches gold tier skills. I could also upgrade an item. The item upgrade is not really going to make that much difference to us, so let's go to the gold tier skills and see if I can find something.
Who set himself apart? We Sphinxians must work together.
When you buy a property, gain a chocolate bar and a spare change. Admittedly great, if I can get the property, right, in the first place. Frozen Shot. The first 4 times you use your slowest weapon each fight, freeze an item of equal or smaller size rather, for 1 second. And that'll also charge an item 2 seconds because of Neophiliac. Yeah, I'll take Frozen Shot.
We'll be ready for Adira's training.
Monster Ranch for cooldown reduction is definitely the ideal. 9% cooldown reduction on shielded fixer-upper. This needed to be off-field ages ago. Unfortunately, it's now like a significant amount of shield, and something needs to be better than it to replace it. Uh-oh. Not Dr. Steve! Please be running some sort of a degenerate crit core build that I can deal with here. Nope, that's a lot of burn items. We're gonna absolutely lose to this one. It's a lot of burn items, and they are very capable of slowing all of my build at the same time as well. Ouch. Yeah. That's about right.
Is an endless nap.
The random enchantment location's almost not going to be valuable for us. I'm going to take the golden experience, which I would almost never do. Adira teaches diamond level up skills, which I'm going to look at.
I simply acknowledge the fact of my greatness.
When you level up, upgrade a property. There's also your leftmost tool has +1 multicast, or the first time you fall below half health each fight, double all your items' crit chance for the fight. None of those have any relevance to our board state, so I will take the roll. First time you fall below half health, double the damage of your leftmost weapon. No. First time you fall below half health each fight, rather. Use your shield, your highest shield item. This is also the first time you fall below half health. Remove freeze and slows from all your items, and cleanse half your burn and poison. I think Emergency Shield is probably going to have the most dramatic impact on our survivability. The Poison and Burn builds are already going to be beating us.
Look, it's okay to have a crush on me. I love everyone.
Sell the money tree and the spare change.
I'm
Buy a
gonna put this
hogwash.
up on you. Don't make it weird.
Sell hogwash.
Life
Buy a
is
money
fun,
tree.
Nothing a tattoo won't cover.
Sell a money tree. All right, Curio.
Everything you need. Just a matter of finding it.
Shadowed Cloak, Spiked Buckler, Junkyard Lance, 15 damage for each small item you have, including the stash. I'm gonna buy the Spiked Buckler and roll.
Years waiting for you.
No. Sell it the 8 additional shielding on the Fixer-Upper. 1% crit chance, 2 damage. Yikes. I mean, thankfully there's one enemy here I know I can beat. The master of using too many weapons at the same time for his own good. See, that's how it goes when enemy use weapons. Just, I need more enemy use weapon, please.
I've come too far to let you stop me.
All the way up to 17 income. Ryan sells tools. Finn has
Is life. Our bodies are just containers.
300 HP for us. Fight an epic battle against a monster. Trash Titan. Give us Juggler. I would love Juggler. When you use a small item, charge a large item for 1 second. That'd give us the ability to charge the Fielded Fixer-Upper. Shielded Fixer-Upper. A lot faster.
You seem like a nice person. Maybe too nice.
Ectoplasm isn't exactly what I was looking for. Alright, honey bunny, it comes down to this.
Are you sure?
Do you please not have
Noticed? I'm huge.
poison or burn? Oh, that's a burn build. Do they have a weapon? They have a single weapon on board. An Obsidian Uzi. I mean, that is one of the fastest weapons. That's the fastest weapon they could be fielding individually without additional qualification to that statement. So, I'm fully on board with this. Unfortunately, it ran out of ammunition, and as soon as it ran out of ammunition, so did we. No, the bees! My beautiful little guys. I needed to make sure that I spent my time and resources setting up for a transition out of this to try and continue going for the later, because it was really good for the first couple of days. But I needed to spend my time and resources finding a transition out of this rather than just continuing to invest on this. At a certain point, I decided, and I'm pretty sure that was as soon as I got the time into Beehive, that I wasn't going to pivot and that I was instead just going to commit to this. That's not a game plan for winning. At least not a game plan for winning the end game. I'll happily take a single chest.
It's about challenge.
If I must. I would have been pretty happy about getting a second one, because it still would have given me a climb up the ranks, but we'll have to get 2, or dare I say, even 3 in the next episode. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been the Bazaar. I might be live streaming this game right now. Look in the description down below to see what my stream hours are. The day that this has been released, in fact, a couple hours after this has been released, I will be live. So come hang out if you can. See ya.